So we'll just plug it right after the intro here. It's one of the beats. Spoiler alert. Hello and welcome to episode 9 of Breathing Room. I'm your host, Rob Lavati, and I'm super stoked today. I'm joined in the studio by Mike Martinez, who's the singer and rapper from the local Asheville band Natural Born Leaders.
Hello.
Welcome, man. Thanks so much for joining me today. I'm a big fan of the band. I've seen you guys out a couple times, and I know you're always playing. I think you might have a show later on tonight, so thanks for taking the time out of your schedule to join me.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, man.
We greatly appreciate it.
Sure thing. As always, coming to you from the Asheville Play Studios with Matt Dunn of AV Live on the production. Shout out to our sponsors, Bend CBD. A message from them a little bit later on. So if you haven't heard of Natural Born Leaders before, I would describe them as a hip-hop, jazz, rock, funk, reggae band. You guys span across multi-genres, which is really cool. And I have a hard time describing your music to people, which is nice.
We also have had a hard time describing our music to people.
Yeah.
Lately, our newest elevator pitch is psychedelic hip hop.
Ooh, I like that. That is a cool ring to it.
Yeah, it's like psychedelic rock, but hip hop.
Yeah. And you do a lot of different stuff. You sing at times, you rap at times. You're doing it with live instruments, which I really like a lot. I personally gravitate towards hip-hop with live instrumentation going on.
Cool.
You're a musician yourself. You play rhythm guitar in Natural Born Leaders, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yep. I do.
That's awesome.
I feel like it was important when we were starting the band to do like a live instrumentation thing and do something different with it.
Right.
Which, we're trying.
Yeah, you're doing a good job, man. Really enjoy it.
Appreciate it.
So before we get started today, something we've been doing on every show here is just taking 10 seconds of intentional silence, leaving some room to breathe, breathing room. Cool. It's kind of a little mini meditation, if you will. I've been meditating quite a bit in my personal life and like to take the space here to just get settled in the studio and ready to have the episode. So
cool. For
those listening, feel free to join or hum to yourself or call your grandma for 10 seconds or I don't know, but let's take 10 seconds to breathe. Yeah, really. Hey, grandma, talk to you later. All right, here we go. All right. Cool. So before we get started, Mike, is there anything you want to throw out there for those watching or those who will be listening on Spotify and iTunes? Anything about yourself or anything that you're currently working on with the band? Anything you guys have coming up, keeping in mind that this will air on Spotify and iTunes in a couple weeks?
We are always on the road. We try to stay on the road as often as possible. So we'll be in Charlotte coming up soon, January 31st. If that is before or after the show airs, it's debatable. But we'll be on the road.
Cool. I know you guys are playing in Asheville quite often. What shows do you have coming up that are local for anyone who's watching live right now?
We're playing on the 28th or the 26th at the Gray Eagle.
Cool.
And that's going to be a great show.
So that's the 26th of January.
Yep.
Cool. Awesome. At the Gray Eagle. That's one of my favorite local venues.
At the Greagle.
The Greagle. I like going there, get some tacos.
Oh, yeah, right.
Check out some music.
It's nice. They've got really great guac at the Gray Eagle.
Do they really?
Oh, yeah. It's fantastic.
I haven't tried it.
It's fantastic. I highly recommend it.
Nice. All right, I'll check it out. So what we're going to talk about today, a couple different things that I have planned out here, and then we'll just go wherever the conversation takes us, really. But cool. I'd like to talk to you about the Asheville Hip Hop Scene. I think it's something that is, in my opinion, underrepresented and
for sure
diverse and good. There's a lot of good going on.
There's a lot of really cool things happening.
There is, man. And there are a lot of people that I'm looking to have on the show. I'm doing a little mini series on hip hop right now.
Cool.
So I had Spaceman Jones and the Motherships last week. He's the man.
Right.
Could listen to him talk all day.
Right. I know. I feel like every time I see Spaceman or have a conversation with Spaceman, I walk away with like just like some real like heavy like introspection. Like like I'm just like, oh man, like I didn't even know I needed to hear that right now, you know?
He keeps it very real.
Yeah.
And I like that about him.
Very fucking real.
And then coming up, we'll have Musashi Zero.
Fuck yeah.
Love him, man. I was captivated from the first time I saw him. His voice is just...
It's wild.
It's
really
wonderful.
Crazy. Yeah.
Then you have
We're
PTP.
playing a show on the 13th of February.
Cool.
I'm doing like a solo set.
With
him.
Musashi?
Yep. And Spaceman and Brian.
Cool. I will be at that show. I'm excited for that. I didn't know you were going to be on there.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah, and DJ Juan Bounce.
Nice.
Yeah, it's going to be dope. It's going to be a dope night.
That's cool, man.
It's a Valentine's Day, pre-Valentine's Day.
Is it pre or anti?
It's pre.
Okay.
I feel like I'm not too anti-Valentine's Day. I'm a married man.
Yeah. So you got to be a little bit pro.
Yeah, I'm definitely pro.
Yeah.
But I say we should always be loving our lovers, right?
We should be.
Yeah. It's important.
Yeah, no doubt. So I'd like to talk a little bit more about the Asheville hip hop scene and your perspective on it.
Cool.
And something I've gotten a couple requests on from people who have watched or listened is they would like some advice or perspective on coping with depression and anxiety, which are two things I have quite the experience with in my life. I'm not sure about yourself. We haven't had a chance to really talk about it yet.
Yeah.
But I've been dealing with depression since I was a kid, really. I mean, I was a pretty depressed and sensitive child.
Same.
Yeah. And it showed, but I didn't go through therapy or anything as a kid. Just kind of learned to cope with it and learn to be sad.
Yeah.
And then the anxiety started, I think, not long after. And both have gotten more intense and changed in different ways throughout my life. Mm-hmm. And the ways that I've coped with them have gotten a lot better and healthier.
Yeah.
Once you understand, like, oh, this is just anxiety. I'm not fucking dying here. Like,
yeah. I feel like I just had recently like a really serious experience with anxiety where like I went to the doctor and like I thought I was fucking having a heart attack, dude.
Yeah.
But I wasn't. And,
scary, dude.
Yeah, it's super scary. But like it like man, it's like crazy what your mind can do too. Like, you know, it'll destroy like your insides. Like I had like I'm still taking like you know, medicine like Tum like, except more extreme Tums.
Right.
Extreme Tums. I'm about
That's
some extreme Tums in my life. Nah, I don't know what it is.
Oh, dude,
some
I got
kind
these,
of antacid shit.
I got these Tums from Ingles that taste like candy, like certified candy. Like
somebody was telling me about. Are they chewy?
They're chewy.
Yeah,
dude.
somebody like just the other day was telling me about these Tums and their existence.
They shouldn't exist. They're bad.
Yeah.
It's how you like overdose on calcium or something.
Yeah. So are you thinking? Are you talking about like how depression and anxiety links into hip hop?
That's something we talked a little bit about with Spaceman, is the place for anxiety and depression in hip hop. Spaceman had a great perspective on it. Check it out on the YouTube channel. I posted that conversation up there on the Conversations playlist. But essentially he talks about how people have been saying for the past 4 or 5 years in hip hop how sad they are.
Yeah.
He said guys had to go from rapping to singing.
Yeah.
Because they were so sad to convey their emotions.
Yeah. That's a wild perspective. That's awesome. Like,
and he's not wrong.
Yeah, he's not.
Post Malone
I think
needs
about
to
Mac
sing
Miller.
a little bit. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But I would love to talk about that. I mean, I think there is a certain level of stigma maybe in hip hop culture around depression or
being sad.
Being sad.
It's not hard enough.
It's not.
feel like you could be sad and be hard at the same time, but you know, you don't have to be hard also. Like there's room for everybody.
Yeah.
Like I
I'm
don't know.
glad that we live in a time where you don't have to be hard in hip hop anymore.
Yeah.
Like we live in a world where Lil Dicky can do his thing, and people are totally okay with it.
Lil Dicky's hilarious.
He's great.
Yeah,
He's great.
I love the video of him and Snoop Dogg.
Oh, me too,
man.
Me too.
Do you fuck with the war? No, I don't fuck with the war.
I like the classic male pregame. You ever see that one?
No.
That's a good one.
No.
It's just a bunch of guys sitting around drinking and getting too drunk and smoking weed with each other, and they never leave the house to go out.
Actually, I feel like I have seen that one.
Yeah, it's pretty realistic. So yeah, I want to get into maybe a little bit more your perspective on the place for depression and anxiety in hip hop, and also just ways that you've coped in your life. If it's something you've dealt with, which it sounds like it is, thanks for being open and sharing about that.
Cool.
Something I've found in a big part of this show is like the only way our demons get a little bit less scary is when you bring them out in the open and you talk to people about them and you relate to people about them and you realize that your buddy over there that you've known your whole life, the guy has similar demons.
Yeah. There's a thin line though, I feel like within hip hop or just music in general, with that the like letting go of your demons, because then I feel like it's almost like Hunter S. Thompson. You know Hunter S. Thompson
for sure.
You know Hunter S. Thompson,
of course.
But like there was probably a certain point in his life where like the character he drew for himself became the person that he actually was. Or I was watching this video. Who the fuck was that? Who was it? I want to say it was like. Oh, it was Will Smith, actually. It was Will Smith and Martin on The Breakfast Club. And Will Smith was talking about, like, how, like, there's a point where, like, because he's talking about relating it to social media. And because he's posting all these videos, like, him jumping out of planes and shit. Martin's like, man, I'm not trying to do that. But he's like, there's a thin line between, like, who Will Smith is and who, like, I am. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, he's like, there's, like, there is a side that people don't necessarily see. Or maybe it's probably best people shouldn't see. I don't know.
Right.
At least as far as I'm concerned.
Right.
It's
got to be weird being an actor and being forced to play somebody else for a long period of time.
Yeah. Or even just being an actor and being forced to play the character that people think you are based on what you do. You know what I mean? Or people perceive you to be this specific character, which, so going back to the hip hop thing is like kind of how I feel like, there's almost that, there's like a level of that too, where like you should, you're playing not everybody. I mean, and I'm certainly not playing a character in the music that I'm making.
Right.
But in hip hop in general, I feel like a lot of times like, or art in general, like a lot of times we're playing an overblown character of ourselves, and like I try not to. I think with my anxiety, sometimes like they're like I don't know. I feel like I write from two perspectives, and I feel like I always am like battling between these two perspectives of like talking about anxiety or depression is like I'm like, oh, like I can be happy. I am happy, you know what I mean?
Right.
Versus like, no, actually I'm not pretty fucking happy right now. And also like this space is making me anxious as fuck, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Like, so I don't know.
Have you found that you can go between those two places pretty quickly?
No, I'm very good at like just working through it. Like, well, yeah, I guess I could. I feel like in one of our songs on our new EP, like I wrote like I could rap a track through a panic attack, like, and that's like real shit. Is like generally like sometimes when we're having shows, like I do have anxiety. Like I'm a pretty anxious person, and like I really don't like. I mean, and like being surrounded by a lot of people like makes me even more anxious. So like sometimes I'll be having a panic attack while we're playing, or like, and it's not just me. Like I feel like it that probably extends to a lot of people. But
oh man,
yeah, like it's
having a panic attack on stage sounds like my new worst nightmare. This never happened to me. I've had the jitters or
Yeah.
the nervous poops. I
Yeah.
get those.
Yeah.
You get the nervous poops?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
I took anti-anxiety medicine for a little bit, and
Yeah.
like the nervous poops went away. I was like, oh, maybe that shit does work. I don't know. There's
Whoa.
no telling. Yeah, I don't know.
Wow.
Maybe I was eating better that week too. So who knows?
Yeah, right. Yeah, I don't take any anti-anxiety medication now, but I take some depression medication
Mm.
as well as a mood stabilizer.
Yeah.
Um,
Do you feel that it's effective?
I feel like it is affecting me.
Right.
It is effective in some ways.
Yeah.
There are side effects.
Mhm.
Fucks with my sleep.
Mhm.
Anxiety
Really.
comes naturally with taking some of the medication.
Anxiety comes with taking anti-anxiety medicine.
Right?
Yeah, it's
just the
kinda
way it
crazy.
goes.
It's weird. So then, at the end of the day, like, I'm no doctor here, of course.
Right.
But like at the end of the day, I'm like, like I don't know how I feel about it. Like I feel like I'm
Medication?
gonna try it. Yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah.
try it for a while, see how it works. But like, how I don't know how I feel about it.
Here's the way I look at it.
Does it help me? Maybe.
I have an interesting relationship with medication where I didn't take it intentionally for probably 2 or 3 years when I was told that I should be on it
Mhm.
because I didn't want to take it. I didn't want to take Tylenol when I had a headache, So for someone to tell me you have to take this medication because you're depressed,
Yeah.
no thanks. I don't want it. I'm going to get through it. Finally, I gave in because I didn't know what else to do.
Mhm.
My beef with medication, psychotropic medication specifically, is they don't fully understand the problem yet.
Yeah.
They don't understand why you're depressed,
Mhm.
why you're anxious constantly.
Yeah.
And they also don't fully understand the solution. They don't know why that medication is helping.
It's like kind of like coupled with therapy, though. I feel like it could help. I've
Absolutely.
like, done therapy. I've gone to therapy through most of my life. I haven't in my adult life, honestly, which is kind of like been refreshing, honestly.
Yeah.
I felt like a psycho as a kid going to like having to go to a therapist. I'm like, what do you mean? Like there's something wrong with me? I'm just like a little sad,
Right.
Like, I'm gonna be all right.
Right.
Maybe, hopefully.
It's good that you went to therapy as a kid, though.
Yeah.
That's something I wish I had. I think that would have helped a lot.
Yeah.
I think everyone should be in therapy, personally,
Yeah.
at some point in their lives.
Yeah. I think it's definitely important. I think finding the right therapist is very important too.
Yeah.
Because as in any profession, there's therapists that aren't going to be good for you. You know what I mean? And I feel like I went to quite a few therapists that like didn't help me at all in any capacity. They're just there to like collect the check from my parents and like roll on,
And look at the clock over your head.
Yeah. And then like the last time I went and saw a therapist for real, I was like 18, and she was like, I think she was my first experience with like kind of like somebody who was kind of like hippie. Like it was like a real kind of like hippie person, but she like got me. Like she got me, and she really fucking helped me. And I kept going for a while until like one day I like fell asleep during my therapy lesson and then woke up at the end of it, and I was a little freaked out by it, and I was like, oh, maybe I won't do that again.
Man.
But
Were you just bored, or were you
like I don't know what happened. Like we were having like a real last I remember it's like we were having this really intense conversation, and then like I was like, oh, okay, so we're done here.
She hypnotized your ass.
Yeah. I was like, did she hypnotize me? Seriously, but she, whatever the fuck she did, like it
Why's my butt hurt?
Yeah. Yeah. What is this lady doing right now? But no, it wasn't anything like that. She was just kind of cool. But yeah.
It took me quite a while to find my current therapist. Shout out to her if she's watching. I won't name drop her, but she is awesome. You could tell she's invested in like has work to form a relationship with me.
Mm-hmm.
Your therapist should be someone you might want to be friends with.
Yeah.
Like you should leave therapy feeling like, man, I want to hang out with them a little longer.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. That's how I feel about my new doctor. Just like
Yeah.
a regular doctor. I haven't had a doctor in a long time. I don't have health insurance. Who can afford it, you know?
Right.
But I like really enjoy this dude. Like, I think he's like an awesome person. Like, I'd hang out with my doctor for sure.
Yeah.
And it's also weird that like now doctors and shit are like my age.
Right. Oh my God, my doctor's younger than me, and I felt a little bit weird. He had to Google one of my symptoms, and I'm like, man, this is the same thing I would have done at home. But when my dad initially committed suicide back in 2017, I was seeing a therapist up in New Jersey at the time, and I had an appointment the next day. So I went in to see him, and he's like, how's it going? And I'm like, well, my dad fucking killed himself.
Yeah.
And he just goes, oh, shit.
Oh, no. Yeah.
Oh, shit was his reaction, and that's how I knew, like, he doesn't know how to handle this. I don't know that most people do, but it's his job to handle it in some way.
Did he do a good job?
He did a great job.
Yeah.
He was very empathetic and supportive, and he asked a lot of questions.
Yeah.
I still owe him a couple dollars that he like sends me a letter about every now and then. I should probably pay up because he helped me through a tough time.
Yeah.
He's cool. He smoked cigarettes, so like we would smoke a cigarette outside before our appointment, then go in.
Nice.
Got like a little pre-appointment.
Yeah. You're like, you want to smoke a cigarette?
Yeah.
You're like, actually, I got a joint in my... No.
Yeah. You got a shot? Can we do a shot before this appointment? Listen up a little bit. You know, this is so tense.
Yeah.
But yeah, like therapy combined with medication can be effective. Medication has side effects for everybody. Some outweigh the benefits. So for some people, medication, or you might be on the wrong medication. That's the thing that's happened to me quite a bit. I've had to bounce around to so many different medications to find a couple that work a little bit.
Yeah.
I use the analogy of like, if you had to fill up an 8-ounce cup with water, but you used a 6-gallon bucket to fill it up, and you just poured the whole thing.
Yeah.
That's what this medication's doing to your brain.
Yeah.
It's not only going in there and ceasing your anxiety, it's affecting your whole brain in a lot of different ways.
Yeah.
And maybe also negating some of your anxiety.
Yeah.
It does a lot to your brain.
Yeah.
Some stuff they don't even quite understand yet. But I'll get off my high horse about medication. It's effective for some people at times. I feel like if I was off medication right now, I'd be in rough shape.
Yeah.
I get manic.
Oh shit. Yeah, that's
First time that happened was right when my dad died. I woke up the next day in my first manic episode. Like my dad just committed suicide.
Like,
I felt like I was on top of the world. I felt like I couldn't lose.
Yeah.
I was ready to start a business. I was ready to just take it to the top. I didn't sleep a lot. I didn't eat a lot. I talked on the phone. That was like what I was notorious for. I'd be on the phone every day.
About what?
Just catching up with people.
Oh,
or planning stuff. Like notoriously just planning shit because I'm like, go, go, go.
Yeah.
Feels like being on cocaine.
Yeah.
But you're not. You're just on. You're on
dopamine. You're just
on something, dude. Your brain's on another level, and you got to keep up. And it's hard because when you have that, you always have the after effect, which is the crash.
Yeah.
And that's when you're depressed.
Yeah.
And like my depression can last for 9 months.
Yeah, lasts for 9 months.
Can.
I feel like mine like is very quick. I go in and out of it very quickly. Like it doesn't last very long, but like I always know when it's coming because I'm like I do have like a moment where I'm like, I'm too happy right now.
Right.
Like I'm like, there's something bad's gonna happen next. You know?
I got scared when I started this podcast because it felt like a manic idea to me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, shit, wait, I'm like, no, I think I want to do this. Like, maybe I'm a little manic, but I'm not like full blown.
Yeah.
But some other things come with it too, like substance use is a big part of mania for some people.
Mm-hmm.
Some people experience trouble with the law. Luckily, I didn't have any of that yet.
I can't say that. I
No.
don't know. Maybe
Yeah.
I have at some point in time
Yeah.
or another.
Maybe not. I won't say. I won't disclose. Yeah. No, I feel you. And sexual promiscuity is another thing.
Really?
Yeah. Definitely experienced that I'm a little slut. And I'm like a manic guy. Yeah. I don't know what that's about.
I'm not. I'm married.
That's good.
I'm a slut for my wife.
And only your wife.
And only my wife.
Good answer.
Always.
I can see you winking behind the sunglasses.
What?
Like, no, I'm just playing.
That's
I'm
crazy.
just playing.
It's madness. She's going to listen to this podcast.
Yeah. She's going to be like, you did what? So who are your favorite Asheville rappers? Who are the guys that you like, listen to, or support?
Honestly, I listen to and support Spaceman and Musashi Zero so much.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. Yeah, they're like hands down my favorite Asheville hip hop artists. Yeah. I love the beats that they choose for their songs. I love the lyricism. I love it all.
The videos, Musashi's videos.
Yeah, the videos.
Strawberries
Both of them have great fucking videos too. Yeah. They're just it's the whole thing is an art. It's like an entire art form. You know what I mean? It's a full picture. It's got the video. It has the visuals. It has, I don't know, the content. It has,
Right.
It's great. It's great for both of them. But yeah, I listen to them constantly.
Me too, man. You know what else is on repeat for me? Have you listened to the tape Bitter? PTP, Peter the Poet.
No, I haven't.
He's another local guy. He's in that same crowd. His Bitter tape is great. I would recommend it. It's like kind of lo-fi hip hop. He sings a little bit. Really good stuff.
I like Baggage.
SK the Novelist
too. Yeah. That's another album that I bumped for a quick minute. Hard. Yeah.
He's got some good stuff.
Yeah.
He is in like New Zealand right now or something.
Yeah.
He just like hopped on a plane.
It sounds nice.
Yeah. But all those guys that we just mentioned are going to be on the show at some point. I'm doing a little hip hop mini series right now. So we had Spaceman, have you this week, Mike, which I'm grateful for, and then we'll do PTP, Musashi, and SK at some point when he gets back.
Cool.
So it's going to round out the little hip hop series, and after that, we're going to go into poetry.
Nice.
Do some friends of Kat Dolan, who was on episode 1 of the show.
Okay.
Friend of mine from Boone, North Carolina.
Nice.
She has some really great friends who have written books and poetry and just done a bunch of cool stuff.
Awesome. So you're multifaceted in this spot here.
Yeah, man. I'm not trying to lock it down to any one art form.
Yeah.
When we get into season 2, I want to start doing visual art.
Yeah.
We have all the cameras set up.
Yeah,
Matt Dunn running the live production there, so we could really have visual art and we could have people show their stuff as they're making it and whatever. So I want to get a little more interactive with the visual stuff next season.
Cool.
So yeah, man. So what are your favorite type of gigs to play?
Ooh. One where honestly there's my favorite type of gigs to play. I don't know. It's so it could be one where people are engaged.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I feel like that could happen anywhere.
Right.
Really. It's just every once in a while there's just definitive special moments during certain shows. We just played a show in Greenville on Saturday, and it was just the audience was really engaged. And it was great shows. Those are my favorite shows to play. It could be to 5 people, or it could be to 1,000, 1,500 people,
right?
6,000 people, whatever. I'd say just as long as people actually care about what you're doing, Cause there's also gigs where we do bar gigs every once in a while, and it's like people are there to like drink and like move around the music, and like there's definitely people there who get engaged,
right?
But it's usually in towns that we've never been to before, you know what I mean? And yeah, it's just there's something that's like so soul crushing to play a show where like people just could give a fuck less that whether there was music or not, or if there's every once in a while that where we will play shows, and there's we're going up against the DJ also in the same venue. It's like, of course people want to go hear the songs that they've been hearing, that are just shoved down their throats that they want to hear, versus hearing a band that they've never heard before, or, live instrumentation.
Right.
Where the beat's just slapping the whole time in the back. You're like, damn, it's a fucking party back there. And here I am singing this sad song about spitting this wild verse. I don't know. Yeah,
when I was back in high school, I was in a local like hardcore band called Love You Made the Butcher, and we played Warped Tour and got to play a lot of fun fucking shows with them.
Yeah.
Shout out to you guys if you're watching. But some of the best shows we ever played were shows where there were maybe 100 people in the room, but they were all singing with us and jumping on stage and active in the pit and on the floor, and like you said, it didn't have to be 1,000 people. It's just if the crowd was engaged, I was feeling it, they were feeling it. It always ended in a good feeling.
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, and just if you're gonna go see an artist, any artist, if you are into it, that's only gonna make your show that much better,
right?
Because that artist can feel that energy. I mean, that's what we do as artists, right? It's like we're recycling energy, or we're cycling energy, and it's reciprocal. So
yeah,
just the best thing you can do if you want to have a great show is enjoy the shit, and then you'll get a better show than you could have ever asked for, I feel like.
Definitely.
Yeah.
One of the shows that we played, I think back to when we went on tour with that band, we played a show somewhere in Virginia, and it was just a very different crowd.
Yeah.
And we got there and we had screaming in our band.
Some Jersey hardcore.
In your face.
Did you play Ocean City Warped Tour?
We played Ocean City one year and then Monmouth.
Nice.
The next year.
Yeah. I used to go to that same Warped Tour back in the day.
Did you?
Yeah.
We probably were there at the same time.
Years and years ago.
Yeah, back in
the Jersey days.
07, 06.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when I was there.
Definitely. I was there the 07 and 06.
I was probably screaming to set your goals, or I don't know if you know them. They're kick-ass.
No, it was all about A Day to Remember.
Oh, yeah.
And Streetlight,
Yep. That's good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think back to a show in Virginia.
Sorry.
No, you're good, dude. We always get sidetracked. Luckily, my mind's a steel trap. I don't forget anything. And we got on stage, and it was just we flopped. But we had so much fun doing it, dude. No one there wanted to hear us.
Yeah.
We just killed it, though. We had fun. We still had people come up to us after that was pretty good. Not my style of music, but we played birthday parties with balloons and shit for kids. You get into some weird situations when you're a hardcore band.
I can't say we've done that one yet.
Yeah. You get some interesting gigs when you book for yourself.
Yeah.
In your experience, how does Asheville, or doesn't Asheville, support the hip hop scene here?
I mean, I feel like generally it doesn't. No. There's not I feel like most venues in Asheville won't have hip hop,
right?
Acts, which is kind of it's bullshit. I think it's secretly it's some low key white supremacy, but that's my opinion of it, is that I feel like people don't respect hip hop if it's not like with a live band, you know what
Right.
I mean? And I feel like that, you know, that extends to Asheville, where there's like a stigma. Like I was reading an article a couple of years ago in the Mountain Express about Asheville hip hop, and they were saying that like there's a couple venue staff that were saying that like it just brings the wrong crowd and stuff like that. And I'm just like, all the most recent hip hop shows I've been to in Asheville don't bring the wrong crowd, and it's like it's a blast, and there's mad love in the building. Like
Right.
they make it seem like it's some violent fucking like I don't know.
It's all college kids.
Yeah, it's just like, yeah, it just doesn't I mean, and there's like, it's like hip hop is like, I don't know, I feel like hip hop is it's a vast majority of things.
Mm-hmm.
It could be many things, and like the idea is that hip hop is gangster rap, you know
Right.
what I mean? And like, and that's just not the case. And even if it is, like, I feel like even if you know, the hip hop act that you're trying to book is like a gangster rap fucking act, like I don't think that it's like I'm over here turning my phone alarm on. Sorry, y'all.
No worries. Asshole.
I don't think that it's you know, I don't think that it's like you're gonna have a problem in your fucking venue because you're having hip hop. It's fucking madness to me.
Right.
It's insane. But that's how I feel about it. There's mad disrespect for hip hop in general, and that extends to venues in Asheville, you know.
I've heard the argument against cannabis in hip hop, where venues don't want people smoking in the open. And then I saw Stephen Marley, and
At the Orange Peel?
no, at whatchamacallit?
New Belgium?
No,
Sierra Nevada?
no,
Highland?
Pack Square. Thanks, Matt. Matt saves the day. Yeah, Pack Square
Yeah.
for was that Leaf Festival?
Yeah.
And there were more people smoking pot there than any hip hop show I've been to in a while.
Yeah.
So it's like the argument's
Nobody
invalid.
smokes pot anymore. Everybody smokes vapes anyways. You
Right.
know, what's the problem?
Right.
Like, can't we just get over
Let's
it?
all grow up.
Yeah.
No one's hurting anybody.
It's just a fucking plant, fam.
Right. Step back.
Yeah.
All right. So I want to do something special. I'm going to hopefully not catch you too off guard. But a good friend of mine, he was on episode 4 of the podcast. John Rodriguez, he goes by the producer name Eat the Rich.
Mm-hmm.
You could check out his stuff on SoundCloud and I think on Instagram as well. He's definitely on SoundCloud. He's got a couple beats up there. He made 4 samples for us, 4 loops. And I call this the Foursome. Freestyle. We're going to put some reverb on that later on, I think. Make it sound super cool. So, a couple tracks. We're going to play them for you. Go until you feel like you want to stop.
Can I be like, next beat?
You could just stop and look at Matt and just whatever you're comfortable with.
Cool.
They're about 2 minutes each, so just do as long as feels good.
Cool.
The first one is super special. It's the intro to this podcast, Breathing Room. Again, made by John Rodriguez, Eat the Rich.
Cool.
So thanks for being on, and thanks for participating in the Foursome freestyle. No reverb? No. Okay.
phantom planet, mass and understanding. Man, I can't stand it. The man-made Mad Mike, the hysterical wordsmith sorcerer, making magic happen when I grab this fucking mic. Who you gonna be when the judgment comes for you? I was once told just do what you do, kid. Showbiz is no one's biz but you, kid. Speak your piece and let the world consume you. Be your product, become a fucking profit, not for profit. Man, I'm a motherfucking problem. Got 99 problems, but my wife ain't one. Sitting on my front porch, soaking up the sun. Love yourself, let that be your wealth. Feed your brain some greenies for your mental health. Understand that life is understanding. You got the left foot, right foot, then you better be standing.
Nice.
I was like, I can't hear it.
I ain't got no snare in my headphones.
It's all good.
All right, number one passed.
Can I get it real loud? Though. What we got next?
All right, we got a... Nope, we're going to go to the next one. We got a little funk joint
I'm
coming
trying
at
to
you.
think, like, I'm waiting, like, one I want to do, like, a written, one I want to, like, do a freestyle, one I want to do.
You
one
definitely
that
want to
rap on my
freestyle
phone.
on the last one.
The last one?
Yeah.
Word. The one I want to go by something that I've written.
Okay.
That I've never spit before.
Cool.
So
Nice. I'd be excited for that.
So we got...
All right, let's do it.
And there's 4 of them?
Yep, 4
The
total.
Foursome?
Foursome. Eat the rich. Spicy.
This makes me want to bring out some Michael Jackson.
This is that dubious spit, dude as it gets, and I'm driving lift and I'm switching up lanes quick like a brick, just glistening. Solid gold hasn't been touched yet. Unkept tongue blessing, I never had to rock a bullet. Proof best, but I be rocking with the best of them. You can't contest them, got the ill testimony. Homemade couldn't step to me in gangs of threes. I aim to please, not please. Stop with all the bullshit before I pull this trigger. Go figure. Just the same old rap song, same old we bone, the same old me mop. Pin the tail on the asshole, not me. Copy, catch these strange vibrations. Just catch these strange vibrations. Catch these strange vibrations. And as the song progresses, I digress. So I'm trying to build on bridges and be breaking down walls. Y'all can't chalk and too dumb. Head up in your asshole. I'm just a grumpy I keep. Just a bragging about myself and it's unhealthy. Will somebody help me? I'm scared of large groups of unruly people. It's a fear up inside that keeps me guarded evil. Hard-headed, fake blooming, self-medicated. Let better get back to businesses that work. Picking up that do biggest vision, racist spirits, even the gods can hear it. Only devils in these fat corporate suits with spirit. Hope my peers can bask in the spirit. So damn close to the finish line with this baddest crew of friends of mine. Don't worry, it'll all be fine. Said it'll all be fine. Said it'll all be fine. Said it'll all be fine. Don't worry, it'll all be fine. Don't worry, it'll all be fine. It'll all be fine.
Nice. It will all be fine. It'll all be fine. That was good, man. You were feeling that one.
I fuck with it.
Yeah.
I fuck with all of them. This is the one I'm going to do, the written one, too.
Okay, cool. Yeah, this is like a hard piano type beat.
This is called Jack Ruby.
Cool. Excited to hear it.
Hard piano. I
Hard
was like,
piano
I
type
tried to
beat.
imagine what that sounds like.
What's realer than the FBI killing Kennedy? They were there watching, at the death of all the enemies. Biggie, Malcolm, King, Pop, CIA spread and realize and hustling crack rocks. One nation in doctrine and white supremacy. Infiltrated by the clan, intimidated by the dicks of black men. And I can see your trend. Does he really have friends? Does he really have friends? Shoot him in the gut, make him Ruby with his plans. Tears for old Oakland and the Panthers and the misery. Kill him and discredit him by any means necessary. Culture got it sedentary, hella elementary. The system's not broken, it's alive and well, thriving well. Whole populations in prison. On the surface we can peek in and never recognizing the distance. Freedom never came so free, you see. It's paved in slave ships, rape, drugs, and misery. I can see a trend. Does he really have friends? Does he really have friends? Shoot him in the gut, make him Ruby with his planes. Make him Ruby with his planes. Does he really have friends? I pledge allegiance to the people who continue to be lied to. Now the Soldiers Manifesto ID gets manifested. I fear there's more sour generations to come, and the leaders they may or may not become. You don't have to slide by minding all the rules. It is the man who knows nothing and something who reigns king over fools. Just doing what you do, you can fail doing the shit you don't want to get a little bit ahead. America's greatest lie. Dreams are attainable, fiends are relatable, plans are debatable. Anything can happen in an instant. Say this can all be gone. That's why I wrote this song. This could all be gone. This could all be gone. Shoot him in the gut, make him Ruby with his. Make him Ruby with his plane.
Oh, did you end right at the end?
Cool. Yeah.
That was nice, dude. You gotta pick up that beat for that song. That worked really well. Jack Ruby, that was nice, man.
Appreciate it.
Really like the message behind that song too. Was picking up a lot there, from white supremacy to the FBI killing Kennedy to, I mean, you really hit on some big shit. You didn't hold back.
No.
All right, here is the one you're gonna like definitely want to freestyle on.
Cool.
If my grandma's
you
watching,
do the topic things?
Yeah, throw topics out.
Throw
and, like,
topics at me?
Yeah, we could do that. Oh man, that's cool. I feel like Sway.
It's worth a try. I actually have
Let's
never actually done this before.
I think it'll be cool.
Be straight
All
up
right.
with you.
Nah, that's cool, man. Let's try it out. Spin that shit. All right. We're going to do breathing room.
Word. Ready?
Let's do it.
I need a little bit of breathing room so that my brains can rearrange. Get righted in my brains can rearrange. Man, I'm feeling kinda slighted in the days. Hip hop in Asheville not right.
Pineapple.
I'm eating pineapples. That's such a weird word to rhyme to.
It is. Chair.
Sitting in this chair. Who dare contest this? Man, Mad Mike sitting here staring at my dude in his hat, and this dude's wearing hats and he's looking at me. Nah, I'm kinda fucking chunky, but I'm not fat. I spit rhymes and give taps. I got nothing, bro. Here, let me just spit something.
All right.
Spit iller, the thrill killer, the trendsetter. Trend better, fuck with it, you know better. Better mind your fucking business. And by the way, who is this? I'd rather not concern myself with nonsense. It's constant, I'm most concerned with content. And that was not a fucking contest. We all gotta eat, couldn't reach such heights with small feats and whack beats, just me. See, it's all fun and games till it comes to getting paid. Life is silly, so really gets very obvious. Can't get paid, then drum fills and beat swells, yeah. Sweetness fails, and when a bear may bail, doctor, please set me free. Give me trees to put my grown mind at ease. I got a bad case of word vomit, heebie-jeebies. Be honest, there's worse things in life than me.
Oh, cut him at the end. That was good, man. You definitely salvaged it.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go to the judges. Did he pass the Foursome freestyle? I don't know how to say it.
All but the
like
last like 20 seconds of the fourth.
I think you passed swimmingly.
Hell yeah.
That was cool, man.
Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, thanks so much for doing that.
I feel like freestyling like off the dome has to happen during very special moments, like where I'm like,
oh yeah,
in a specific state of mind, which I'm not currently in.
You really got to be feeling it. Yeah, man. Well,
we've talked about my depression.
Yeah.
It's hard to come back from there.
Yeah.
I'm going to need some CBD about this.
It's actually a really good time while you're getting that opened up to do a quick message from our sponsor. This episode today and all Breathing Room episodes are brought to you by Bend CBD, with all natural ingredients and 100% THC-free products. Feel better the natural way. Order your Bend CBD products today at riverbendcbd.com and enter the promo code Breathing Room for 15% off. I can testify to using the product just about every day. I take it before I go to bed or before a big meeting at work. It helps with anxiety. It helps with sleep. It really has been a product that I look forward to using in my day-to-day.
I've been enjoying it.
Yeah. There you have it. Mike Martinez enjoys Bend CBD as well. So, Mike, we got about 15 minutes left here. And we've talked about a lot of good stuff so far. We scratched the surface on our experiences with depression and anxiety. We talked a little bit about therapy, which I had a bunch of questions on, and I think we really hit a lot of that already. We talked about some of the local Asheville hip hop scene. Tell me a little bit about growing up in Union, New Jersey. We have that in common, both Jersey boys. So
Jersey
I grew up like 25 minutes from Union. I got my first guitar at Rondo Music.
Oh, nice.
In Union.
Yeah. I mean, growing up in Union was super cool. It's I feel like I'm glad that I grew up there, and I'm also glad that I don't fucking live there anymore.
Right. That's how I feel about New Jersey.
I love it. I mean, it's just, it's a whole different kind of, it's a different world from Asheville, North Carolina.
Sure is.
There is real diversity there, so that was cool. But other than that, like there's also a lot of, fucking not very cool things like traffic.
Right. It sucks.
There's traffic here, but
there's traffic.
It's manageable.
There.
Yeah. Like that shit over there is not manageable.
Yeah.
Asheville, I feel like Asheville changed my life. I feel like I was headed into some awful shit in New Jersey, personally. If I didn't come here, I met all my bandmates here, and I feel like it's been a great thing. I met my wife here,
right?
And my bandmates are like family. Like we didn't really talk about like how we operate our band, but it is very much like a family.
Yeah.
We do everything together. Even take showers. No.
I wouldn't judge.
We do. We have a thing. I forget. It was like one of the first interviews we ever did, and somebody like quoted us saying that we take band bats together
How do you all fit?
to prepare for. Yeah, exactly. I'm like 6'3",
Yeah.
And
no
like
one's
250 pounds.
Yeah.
Like nobody's getting in that bathtub. But yeah.
Have you been back to New Jersey?
Oh yeah, I go back all the time. We play in the city a lot.
Yeah.
And Union's right next to the city, so I usually stay in Union.
Cool.
So yeah, and I still have tons of friends there. I've been here 11 years, but like I'm still friends with all the same people that I was friends with in high school, who are around doing their things. So,
Definitely.
So it's cool to that through the band I get more of an opportunity to go home than I previously had. And my wife's also from Jersey, which we met here, but she's also from Jersey, so
we tend to stick together.
Yeah. Our drummer's from Jersey too.
Yeah.
Did I tell you that? And our guitar player is from Charlotte, but his dad's from Jersey.
Yeah. We're the only people who can put up with ourselves.
Yeah. I feel like it's always like when me and my wife are talking to each other, like we're yelling at each other, but I'm like, no, this is like fine. Well, at least mostly I think it's fine. We're not like, I'm gonna bash your skull in, Harry. It's not like that. It's just like,
right.
But you said you were gonna do that, know.
Are they yelling? Oh no, they're just from New Jersey.
Yeah, our friend, Juan Holiday.
No, I don't.
He's a badass. He's in the band Secret B-Sides, but he's just a badass like singer, and he raps as well. He's nasty.
Cool.
But he's like, the first time he was ever hanging out with us, he's like, "Are y'all arguing right now?" We're like, "No, everything's cool." But yeah,
that's funny.
Jersey.
Didn't hate it there, but happy to get out.
Yeah, definitely.
That's their motto.
I miss bagels.
Me too.
It's the most left state in the country. Like, not left as in left-hand side, but like left as in like people leave that motherfucker more than at a higher rate than any other state in the country.
Yeah, I believe it, man. I believe it.
It's all right.
You got me there for a second. I'm like, it's the most left state, really?
No, not at all.
Yeah. Curveball for you. What do you think of social media?
What do I think of it?
Yeah, do you use social media routinely? Like,
I think it could be cool. I also think it's awful.
Yeah,
I think it's, it's a huge means of spreading misinformation. Even myself, like I posted the wrong time for a show the other day. But like, I mean, just on a grander scheme, shitheads get elected president.
Right. Right.
It could be a great tool. Everything on there isn't real, like generally with social media, people are showing you their the best parts of their lives, and if they're not, you have to kind of wonder the sanity of the person who's posting the worst parts of their life on the internet. But
and there are people who do, though. I mean, there are people who post every sad thing that's going on in their lives.
Yeah. I know. I feel like generally for those kinds of people, like I try to talk to them. Like I message them and be like, "Yo, what's going on?" Like,
yeah, are you okay?
Talk to somebody. Yeah. Don't talk to the internet. Because, I feel like with that, like a lot of times people are looking at it. I feel like there was a point in time where I would post everything online.
Sure.
When I was younger, and now I'm deleting it all the time. But
me too.
Yeah. But like I think those people just need somebody to talk to, and I think when I was doing that, I didn't have people to talk to about
for sure
these things, and it's important.
Yeah, everyone needs someone to talk to about that kind of stuff, and it's gotta suck to feel like your only mechanism is shouting on social media.
Yeah, I mean, and generally people don't care. Like the majority of people who follow you on social media, I would say, don't really aren't like ultra interested in what's going on. Like legitimately interested in what's going on in my life. Well, maybe sometimes for sure. And I feel like the further I go into this music thing, maybe to a detriment. But like I think it is like I don't know where I was going with that, but ...
right.
So on and so forth.
Yeah, no doubt. So something that Spaceman said when he was on last week is that in hip hop, people have gotten so sad that they've had to go from rapping to singing.
Yeah.
And it was kind of a funny take on it. Like,
it seems, I feel like I've never heard that before.
No, me neither.
Yeah.
But like, he's not wrong.
No.
And like, I'm just curious, how you've been able to communicate your emotions effectively through just rapping alone. Like, are there times
I
where
feel
you've
like
been
I
like, I need
also
to sing this part?
yeah, I feel like a lot of times like different emotions call for different things, and I do find myself, especially in some of the more recent songs that we put out on our last album, I sang more than I previously had sang on our first album,
Right.
our first EP.
Right.
So yeah, I don't know, but it's also sadder and more in depth, and you know where I was speaking from on the second album is like a more, I would say probably you know, I wasn't in as good of a headspace as I was in the first album, so it is
Right.
a little different, you know.
How do you ensure that your songs contain a message lyrically and that they have purpose and substance? I mean, in hip hop, sometimes you can go off the deep end and like just have a goofy song that really doesn't need to mean much of anything. But do you try to have all of your songs mean something for what you've gone through? Or
I personally don't write just to write.
Yeah.
Like ever. Like I don't just write to write. And I don't just write to anything also.
Yeah.
So to me, I feel like it helps keep me more authentic that way. You know, with a message, because if I am writing something, it's because like it's like something that's like heavy on my heart.
Right.
You know, and during that time, you know.
Yeah.
So it's like
good.
I try to write. I don't shoot for a message. Like I'm not like, so like the Jack Ruby that I just spit, like I wrote that at on the way. Me and my wife went to Texas to visit her family. On the way back, we stopped through Memphis and went to the Lorraine Motel, the Civil Rights Museum.
Yep.
And I wrote that after leaving there, because like there's a strong message throughout that whole exhibit that is like basically like saying like the FBI killed Kennedy without saying that the FBI killed Kennedy.
Interesting.
But like that's like the National Civil Rights Museum, and
Right.
that seems to be the message that they're delivering.
Wow.
Or if the FBI or CIA, one of the two, you know.
Right.
The same with JFK. If you go down there, like they're kind of pretty insistent with their exhibits that they have related to that, at least subliminally, that, you know, allegedly
Right.
such and such,
Right.
you know, killed fucking Kennedy.
Right.
Lee Oswald. I don't know why I couldn't remember his name for a
Yeah.
second there.
I couldn't remember it either. So, it
But
was-
so yeah, so like I like to write, like,
Yeah.
you know, with and I like that whole thing was like very emotional. So I took that and put it into some writing. That's like, honestly, that's probably one of the most rawest things that I've ever done as far as like writing a verse and then doing it. Like I don't think I wrote that to anything at
Yeah.
all. So that's cool. It's the first time I ever put it to something.
and it fit
So
really
appreciate
well.
you for that.
Yeah, thanks for doing it, man. It fit really well, and we're gonna have to hit up John and see if we can get you that track.
Yeah.
Last question I have before I let you go.
Mm-hmm.
So as a rapper, but also a musician,
Mm-hmm.
do you feel you have almost a leg up in some ways, like rhythmically and creatively, when it comes to being able to put things together or see things that maybe someone who just raps wouldn't know is there?
Yeah. Well, I feel like a lot of it's just different because I'm also a singer. So
Right.
I started singing and then I started rapping. So like I look at a lot of it from like a singing perspective, you know.
Right.
And the rhythm portion of it, this is all like it's so like news to me. Like I haven't been doing this very long, and it's still like, to me, I'm like, I don't even know. I don't understand the mechanics of it. Where I'd like to be though is every once in a while, like we were just talking about, like with the freestyle thing, like there's like me and my buddy Pablo, he just moved down here. He's a badass musician too. His name's Pablo Falbrew. But we were talking about this recently, and like getting into a flow state. And a flow state in music would be like when you're like kind of just in it.
Yeah.
And that's where I would like to be with rapping. It's like I just want to I want to be able to tap into that shit always.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And there's some people who can, like Biggie, that's a motherfucker who could tap into that shit at any given point. Have you ever seen like his freestyle videos?
Yeah.
Like where he's just like sitting there like just fucking going for fucking forever. And I experienced that. I definitely have experience. I just did it on Saturday.
Yeah.
We played with this other band and we did a big jam afterwards. The vibes were all right and we were just like rowdy as fuck. And like I started rapping about all the people in the bar. And
cool.
Yeah, it was fucking weird. But I was like, God damn, afterwards, I was like, God damn it. Like how can I just make that always happen? So as a musician, I'd like to end this with how I can do better.
Right.
And that's where I'm going to be next time.
Yeah.
Maybe not next time here, but eventually. I need some meditation in my motherfucking life.
Don't we all, man?
Yeah.
I just did today for 10 minutes and it was nice.
We had a band meeting yesterday and we meditated before for the first time ever.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
How was that?
Like super fucking cool.
Yeah.
And we were able to like communicate without like being like, but no.
Yeah.
You know? Like it was very like fluid and we were just like, well, this is realistic. This is what we need. Blah, 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 blah. You know?
Yeah.
Mapping future plans.
That's
so,
good.
Yeah, it's cool.
I like meditating with a group of friends.
Yeah, it's weird. It's still like, I will say it's weird to me personally because I'm still not like I guess my heart's not open to it entirely yet.
Right.
I'm getting there, but like there's like a little bit part of me where I'm like
resistant
I have
to it
like
a
a
little
smile in the corner of my mouth and I'm just like But I know it works.
Does it feel a
you
little
know
hokey?
Meditation gives me anxiety sometimes.
Oh, I believe it, dude.
My wife was trying to meditate with me the other day and like we were laying in the bed and it was like pitch black in our room and she had like this app playing or whatever and I was like, man, I gotta get the fuck out of here. Like this thing is making me fucked up.
Yeah, man, it can bring up some intense stuff. I think that's like part of the work right there is getting through that because when you're meditating and you have nothing else to distract you, everything else comes up.
Yeah.
It's hard to be able to sit with it sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
But Mike, I appreciate you coming on today, man.
Appreciate you, man.
This has been awesome.
Yeah, appreciate
thanks for sitting through and rapping. That was really cool.
I appreciate it.
For everyone watching or listening, this was Mike Martinez of the local Asheville band Natural Born Leaders. You could check them out on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Spotify.
Natural Born Leaders Band.
Natural Born Leaders Band, everything. You guys have an album on Spotify, your second record,
2 EPs on
Abominable
Spotify.
Creatures.
Yes, Abominable Creatures.
Dope
and
tape.
About Time.
Yeah, awesome.
Appreciate
Really good
it.
stuff on there. Make sure you check them out. If you're watching on YouTube, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to breathe, and we'll talk to you next time. Thanks.